Hey, winging it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about homework. Now, what is homework? It's just like it sounds. Homework is a teacher-assigned and teacher-monitored learning experiences that take place outside of the classroom. Homework is a big part of planned part of educational process designed to enhance student learning. Where did homework originate? This guy right here is Robert Novellis. He is considered the inventor of homework while teaching in Venice in 1905. It's said that he used homework as a punishment for his students. Since that time, homework has been highly popular throughout the world and practiced. However, some experts say that teachers in ancient Rome, such as this guy right here, Quintilian, he had a school that he opened up. It's said that there has been stone tablets uncovered that showed assignments from teachers at that time. So we think that homework may have been implemented before that, but didn't have the name yet. Who knows? What's the purpose of homework? There's lots of purposes for homework. Practice preparation, participation, personal development. There's said to be a lot of personal gains from practicing homework. Parent-child relationships, parent-teacher communication, peer interactions, policy, public relations, and once again, his punishment, supposedly. Here's some facts that I thought were cool. Today, children are doing 2 hours of homework a week compared to 44 minutes that they would do back in 1981. Do children need homework at all? Opinion is divided from where you're from, personal preferences, what country you live in, that kind of thing. In Finland, homework never happens, apparently. So when people say they don't want to do their homework, they point to Finland and say, we don't need homework because 93% of students, opposed to 73% in the U.S., high school graduation population, and also 2 out of 3 students go to college as well. Homework used to be frowned upon in the United States, which is a fun fact. Why? Because the Second World War, children were needed to help out at home, and given homework, they couldn't do that. So it was so frowned upon that a law was passed in California to ban homework from kindergarten through 8th grade at that time, but later changed in the 1950s due to the Cold War, where the need for educated students increased. So they reversed that law, unfortunately. Different types of homework. We have practice exercises. Let students apply new knowledge or review, revise, and reinforce newly acquired skills. Some examples are memorization tables, practicing spelling words, essay writing, or just reading for pleasure. Reading. They say reading every day is good for you. Make you smarter. Creative homework, my favorite. Creative homework helps students integrate multiple concepts and promotes the development of critical thinking and problem-solving skills, which is very important nowadays. Type of homework is takes forms of type of open-ended questions and long-term projects that allow students a choice, such as dioramas, science projects, posters, PowerPoints, that kind of thing. Get creative with it, give you choices. It's always fun. Preparatory homework is where students gain background information on the unit of study to prepare for future lessons. Instead of taking what you learn in school and practicing at home, you are preparing to learn for something that you're going to talk about at school. And a lot of online classes here at MCC. We do a lot of preparatory homework. We teach ourselves with a lot of it, and online discussions is a big thing for many of you. You probably know that, going to school for teaching. Yeah, a lot of reading textbooks and taking that information and having discussions is a big part of MCC here. Also pre-tests, surveys, pre-tests, preparing for a test, do practice exams, helps you get ready for tests. Preparatory homework is pretty big, important one, I think. Extension assignments, such as book reviews, researching news, current events, comparing and contrasting events, that kind of thing. Encourages students to pursue knowledge individually and imaginatively, helps students take what they learn in school and connect it with real life. It requires students to transfer specific skills and concepts to new situations. Homework success depends on a variety of situations, such as it's important that what you're learning is at your grade level, especially with the little ones when they're learning how to read. They do the 5-finger, you need to know 5 words or on the page, or I don't know, something like that. So yeah, it's important to make sure that you are not doing something too easy, because what good is that, and not something too hard. Parental involvement. Do parents help with homework? Do they do their homework for them? Hope not. And do they force their children to do their homework? Home environment. Are children in an environment fit for studying? It can be hard to study around chaos and where you can't concentrate, so it's important to be successful with homework, retain information on what you're learning. To help parents and students effectively deal with homework, to make homework less painful, develop a homework and studying plan. Make sure you have all the supplies you need to do your work. Have it all in the same area and space, and set a time aside to dedicate to homework. Makes life much easier that way to get things done. Parents, try to be available to help your kids if they have questions about their homework. That's always helpful. Recognize how to help them, but not do their work for them, because they're not learning anything that way. Try to convince children that homework is a positive thing, like anything in life. Speak about it positively. It's more enjoyable to do something. If they're talking about it negatively, you're going to be like, I don't want to do it. It makes positivity, it's always good. Stress the importance of it. Parents that have trouble helping their kids because they don't know what the heck they're doing can be hard, but teachers are always very helpful, and like when parents reach out for help with that. And these days kids are learning things harder and harder than like my parents would have. My mom used to tell me that she didn't learn anything past division. I always thought it was funny, but yeah, true. Homework will show parents what their children are learning in school, too. For those that want to know, for kids that need an extra push, doing their homework. With my son, I do this. Use a timer. Say, if you can get your homework started within 5 minutes, you get a star on your chart. He has a chore chart that he uses, and when you get so many stars, we get to trade those in and do something fun. So I use that a lot to get him motivated. Take short breaks, snack break, drink break, stretch break, bathroom break. It's always good to give yourself a little break sometimes so you're not completely overwhelmed and burn out. Use rewards to motivate, like I said. Quiet workspace. This is one that I use a lot. Turn off your phone and don't have access to social media. I think this one's important for older folks because, let's face it, you can get easily distracted. And my phone dings. Oh my god, I got a notification. Before you know it, I'm on my phone for a half an hour and I realize, oh my god, how did I get sidetracked? So turning off your phone is a good practice for getting your homework done. Earlier start the better. Procrastinate is no good. Make a to-do list and check off as you go. I do that. Keep organized. It's important. Implement routines and habits in doing homework so it's less of a struggle to get done every day. That's also very helpful. Another one is for those kids that are hard to get going on homework, find a study buddy. Start a competition over it. Who can do more? Or, I don't know. Have fun with it. Be creative. Some pros of homework. Increases learning and helps with the development of important life skills such as organization, goal setting, problem solving, and determination, which is very important in this day and age. It increases the understanding of material being learned in class. Helps teachers know what students know and track their progress for report card time and know what they need help with and their strong suits. It strengthens critical thinking skills, which is important. Creates better studying habits, better management skills, improves independent problem solving, creates greater parental involvement in a child's education sometimes, which is good. It encourages discipline of practice by implementing repetition. Get into the habit of doing it and keep up on it. It encourages parents to get involved with the child's life and also learn what they're being taught in school. Time management skills can be gained from that, which do very well in many jobs. With limited time in school day, it allows more time for studies for those that may not grasp what they're learning in school. It gives them a little bit more time to explore it. And let's face it, school flies by. The day goes by pretty quickly, even though it seems long, but there's a lot you gotta learn in a day to get ready for the end of the year tests and all that lovely. Homework eliminates time available for children to spend watching television. They say television is bad. Everyone loves television, but apparently too much is not good for your brain. Some cons of homework, like my funny little meme. Keep it fun. Sometimes homework requires long periods of sitting. Nobody wants to sit there all day after being in school for 7 hours and spend the rest of their night doing more homework. Can be pretty stressful. Not all families push for educational support outside of school. Families sometimes put the responsibilities off on the teacher, providing no homework support at all. That is tough and stressful on all levels for student, teacher, and parents. Homework can take away from playtime, which can impact learning and social development, especially for young kids. Children have a lot of responsibilities at a young age. School's already much of the day. It's like a full-time job for a child. And then with extracurricular activities, which are supposed to be important for kids, can be a lot. There's no evidence, actually, on a national scale that shows improvements are gained by children completing homework. Homework can take away from other creative activities beneficial to children's growth. Can be difficult to enforce when students don't put in the effort to do it. It can be tough. many outside resources such as internet. It's easy to cheat these days. Go on Google and type in anything and get the answer for it. So if you're not honest and don't care about your education, it's pretty easy to cheat, which is not helpful on any level. Kids are often assigned way too much homework these days. And children are too tired. They don't absorb much information. Like I said, when you're doing homework, take breaks. It's good. When decrease the child's leisure time, family time, extracurricular activities, that kind of thing, can increase pressure from parents to get good grades, which can be stressful on kids, with the high rate of depression and stuff these days. I worry about stuff like that. Physical and emotional fatigue. Nobody likes to be tired. Can't learn when you're tired. I thought this was a cute quote, which I forgot to add in my Works Cited, but it's on my Works Cited. An article I read, I liked that quote that somebody said. I can't count the number of shared evenings, weekend outings, and dinners that our family missed and will never get back because of homework. So sometimes overboard on homework isn't that good, and a lot of people disagree with the amount these days that people or kids are given. The article that I posted on our page, I don't know if you guys read it, but it's a study on views on homework. Assigned students, kids, grades 5th through 6th were questioned in it, their parents, and also the teachers as well, from both private religious schools and secular schools. And it was an even amount of respondents, 181 total. And let's go to the next slide. From that, we learn that students at religious schools have more negative attitudes towards homework than students at the secular school, which I was kind of shocked about. I thought it would be the opposite, but I guess not. Both schools there are many negative feelings about homework, such as boredom with homework, nervousness, agreement that homework is unnecessary and important, and more. Homework is often perceived by students as a burden and a waste of time. Like a lot of kids. You gotta understand they're in grades 5 and 6, so they're young. Kids want time for playing with friends, quality time with parents, etc. In both of the schools, it was evident that homework is also used as a form of punishment, which I was shocked by. I didn't think teachers use it as punishment anymore these days, really, but that's how those kids feel about it. There's a difference between the schools in a category of positive feelings about school. Students from the religious school expressing no positive feelings at all, while students at secular schools perceived some positive benefits of homework. This shows it shows that maybe more mature level, more maturity from the kids in the secular school. Even though they don't like homework, they know, they're smart enough to know that there's positive benefits from it. So yeah, they grasp the advantages and disadvantages of homework, which is, I think, a good thing. What did the primary school teachers think about homework? Teachers from the religious school strongly believe in assigning homework and its significance, versus the teachers at the secular school who believe that there are many different ways of learning aside from assigning homework, and that learning should take place in classrooms and not during students' leisure time. Among the teachers at the religious school found to have more positive attitudes towards homework than the teachers at the secular school. What did the parents think about homework? Both schools, some parents invest no time at all in their children's homework and saying that it's their own responsibility. Others spend a great deal of time helping their kids with homework. Similarly, there's a mix of both parents that motivate their children to do their work in creative ways, which is, I think, important. Others don't stress, well, some others don't stress it at all. Both schools' parents have no control over what is studied, but agreed that what they are learning is important. So that's good. Secular school parents feel that homework should be done in school and at times causes negative feelings in their children. Which, like I said, not many kids like homework, but it's good to know the importance of it, what can be gained by it. Some things to be optimistic about regarding homework is that you can learn at your own pace and rhythm. You're not in a hurry of a busy classroom, so that is definitely a plus. You can pace yourself and actually, take your time with it. No one grades what you're doing at the time. You can make as many attempts and mistakes as you want, and you can get creative with it. Writing essays, you can make them written and polished. Not in a rush. It's a big one. You can plan the order of things and your study breaks. School, you only have there's only so many hours in school and so much time that teachers have for each thing they have planned for the day, so it can be hard to fit everything in. A lot of pressure on young minds. You can look up the research and data you need. You can find topics for essays and that kind of thing. It consolidates what you learned in school, another important one. Reinforces what you are learning. Make it stick in your brain. Homework prepares you for independent work and paves your way for a successful career. We're all going through school to ultimately get smarter and get the job we want. That's why we're here today doing this. You want to be successful, so school helps you with that. Plenty of practice in what you learned in class. More practice, the better you get at something. It's like anything. Learning to work independently is important. Use sources of information, search for them and evaluate them. Building basic research skills, which is fun to research, development of creativity, strong will, and discipline. That is something that a lot of people want. It's an incentive to want to be optimistic about homework. Make you want to do it. Here's some funny memes that I found. Thought were cute. If you want to read them. It's not really important, but trying to keep it fun. I thought this one was funny. I couldn't do my homework because I was at a rally for higher teacher pay. Couple more. Thought this one was pretty funny. SpongeBob. We had homework. This is a good old my dog ate my homework excuse. I don't think people really use those, but thought that was cute to add in. I added a couple famous quotes. The one I like best is Tom Petty. I feel sorry for kids these days. They get so much homework. Remember the days when we put a belt around our 2 books and carried them home? Now they're dragging a suitcase. They have school all day, then homework from 6 till 11. There's no time left to be creative. I don't know the truth in that, because there is creative homework to do sometimes, but I thought that was cute. Just shows some of people's opinions on schoolwork. The same people who never did their homework in high school are still doing that to this very day in the real world. Some people have that kind of mentality about homework. Like I said, some people think it's important, some people think it's less important. Got many varying opinions on the matter. It's my works cited. And I ended it with a cute little poem, My Doggy Ate My Homework. It's a poem that my son likes. So I decided to throw that in there for anybody who wants to read it. It's cute. For any of you who have kids. And that's it. The end. Thanks for listening, and hopefully I didn't bore you too much. That is a wrap. Thanks, guys.